robust urban garlic flavor.
It's a balance, and it's tough, and that's why, like I said, when you become a parent, you are no longer the protagonist. You now have to mold a new human to be a part of society, and it's your responsibility to make sure they succeed at that. If that kid becomes a criminal, that's your fault. You're the parent. You should have stopped that. You should have prevented it, and you should have been more of a part of their life to the point where they weren't going to be, messing up life for people. You know what I mean? Or their own life, for that matter. I do think that is one thing I will say. Why is it in our modern human society that parents are not held accountable for the actions of their children? Why? Because the truth is, if the parent did a good job, would that kid have gone off and committed all these crimes? Because we have no responsibility at all towards parenting. Because parenting, apparently, I guess, do it however you want, right? Now, we have entire generations of people who are growing up messed up. I just don't get it.
Yeah, so apparently this should be a marathon about Mega Man and gaming, except DSP is talking about social issues for 2 minutes for some reason. I don't know. I'm not gonna really respond to that, except if it didn't have the voice filter that I saw on Twitter, it wouldn't be in this video, obviously. The one thing I will say is I think DSP made the correct choice in deciding to not have children. Because, he works so hard all the time on his business, he doesn't have time to raise children, so I think that is the correct choice for him. So this turned into a soft marathon for Phil. I don't think it's something where it was a complete disaster. He streamed for 10 hours, about that, which is almost 4 streams worth for him, and he got $560, which is okay, but usually he's expecting over 1,000. Now, his cope session at the end of the video that I'm going to show you, he blames people are being tired of Mega Man, that's why. So he basically decides to put it on the shelf until 2026. Well, yeah, if you don't space out your marathons enough, this is like 3 weeks after. If people aren't fiending for marathons of Mega Man, then I don't know what to say. But the real reason I think that this marathon was pretty just okay with support is because on Wednesday, he decided to go all out and have a full beg and chill session, and that raised over $800. That effectively was his marathon for the week, despite him not even realizing it. And what I didn't see from any people talking about it was one name, OnlyIcedCoffee. I think OnlyIcedCoffee spent his weekly whatever on Phil on the beg and chill segment to get him to do DSP Tries It. And you know really why Phil wanted DSP Tries It before the marathon? Because we are going to look at a full Feasting with the King segment, which is basically DSP Tries It, just like with 2% less effort from Phil. So like, why not even just put it on DSP Reacts anyway? But I digress. So with OnlyIcedCoffee, there is a new account relatively called PFC Deer and Headlights, and he first showed up and wailed out on Phil's Minecraft stream, and then DSP wanted him to come back and help him with Bagnanza. That didn't happen. So PFC is a new whale. Now the running theory that a lot of people are telling me about is that it's OnlyIcedCoffee. So here's what OnlyIcedCoffee was doing on Minecraft streams before PCF Deer and Headlights or whatever came onto the scene. OnlyIcedCoffee was saving his money until the last minute to bail the stream out. Now let's speculate for a moment, and I don't have any evidence for this, but if PCF Deer and Headlights is another OnlyIcedCoffee sock, perhaps what happened is DSP got so annoyed with this after like consecutive weeks of him only hitting 1 goal on Minecraft because OnlyIcedCoffee was holding out on him. He probably goes and scolds OnlyIcedCoffee and tells him, you gotta donate earlier. You gotta make it so it's possible that we get close to a 2nd goal, because this stuff I'm not gonna tolerate anymore, and if we're just waiting till the last minute, I'm not even gonna read your contribution. And if that's the case, OnlyIcedCoffee used one of his sock accounts that we haven't seen in years. He gave Phil over $100 on that stream, and Phil only got $182. And the next week, OnlyIcedCoffee doesn't show up, and the game is quit by Phil. So maybe behind the scenes, they had a conversation, and Phil's like, yeah, I'm done with Minecraft. I want more money than what I am getting to play it, and that's just how it is. And of course, Deer and Headlights rewards him by giving him over like hundreds of dollars on a random Q&A session stream that lasts only 2 hours long. You can't make this stuff up. It just doesn't make any sense. But it's also Deer and Headlights is another whale, but I'm kind of skeptical about that now because I'm kind of leaning towards it probably is OnlyIcedCoffee, because it's very odd for somebody to just start donating with massive amounts of money. And it's like the game he chose to support massively Phil decided to shelve it the week after. You don't usually come back the next day and drop hundreds of dollars after they wage quit a game that you so heavily supported. So that was my opening spiel for this marathon. So let's dig into the Feasting with the King segment, because there's no way I'm doing any of the gameplay.
My hair's all screwed up again. I'll have to go brush again. Yeah, this would be a good opportunity to just do the food segment of the stream. So let's see what happens. Give me a sec. Let me go check with my wife and see if the food is here. And if it is, then what I'll do is we'll set up and we'll do we'll eat together. We'll just hang out and eat and talk for a bit. And then we'll see if the internet stays. If it stays, then after I eat, we'll resume with gameplay and I'll take the shot because I owe you guys a shot. We didn't even get to do the goal celebration. But let's not do anything yet until we're sure the internet's going to stay up, okay?
Yeah, just as DSP thought his marathon was going well, his internet service provider told him that there was going to be outages, so he's like, oh no, am I going to have to quit this immediately? Am I going to lose out on $700 because my internet isn't working today? Oh, first world problems, Phil.
It was Grandmaster Scrub. Grandmaster Scrub said he would match a 420 contribution. Well, he actually did 5, but it was 420 pounds. Will you match it now, Grandmaster Scrub? That's the question, because you said you would, right?
Well, Phil's really gonna hold somebody to task for 80 cents. It reminds me of the time where Mr. Krabs Elbow stripped somebody's arm off for a penny.
Okay, let me check. If the food is here, we should just do the food now, so that way we don't have the stream going up and down and missing gameplay and stuff, all right? Let me just check. All right, guys, so good news, the food is here, and I might as well just eat. That way, if the internet goes on and off, we're not missing out on gameplay or anything, right? So let's do that. Cool. Let's have some food. This is just Feasting with the King. This is not a full DSP Tries It or anything like that. In fact, I think I might have already had this food before on stream with you guys. I'm pretty sure I did.
I think DSP is trying to make this abundantly clear because he had a lot of flack thrown his way the last time he did a DSP Tries It on a marathon and it didn't work out because he was too inebriated. So even though this week it was beer, I think why he's trying to heavily push to hit a goal before the marathon is not just because of his ego or his finances, because hey, if I hit the goal, then I'll get 1,000 plus on the marathon and it'll be a money week. It's more about optics and basically controlling what his fans expect of him because he doesn't want to do anything extra that he doesn't have to.
I don't even know if I should record this segment. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just eat with you guys. But here, I need room to put the food.
Phil ultimately decided to not record the segment because getting an extra 500 views wasn't worth it to him. Like, he made 8 videos out of this marathon despite leaving the live stream up. He got 6,000 views off the live stream. The rest of them combined is below 1,000 at this point. So yeah, the live stream that's probably still up has gotten more views since the marathon than all his on-demand stuff. The only reason it wouldn't is if the videos that Phil bombarded YouTube's system with took priority over the marathon proper.
Thank you guys so far. A lot of technical problems on today's marathon. First we had, my stream deck not working, so I was late. And now we have the internet going on and off. But you guys are still here to chill, and I really appreciate that. Making good progress here, Mega Man 7. After food, we will continue to push on with that. Thank you. That is 2 goals hit so far on today's stream. Hopefully more to come. We're at 34 out of 40. Maybe we can get to 40 and we can actually do DSP Tries It on Sunday.
Yeah, so we got to 300 and he's now begging for an extra 900 within the next 5 hours. It doesn't happen. The funny thing is that he said he couldn't do DSP Tries It on the marathon day or Sunday because he drinks on Truck Sim. So that's why he was pushing so hard or using it as a foolish reason that anybody could see through to push so hard to do DSP Tries It before then, even though we could have just done it Monday or something. These streams are just an endless cycle of I need more money because Phil is 100% reliant on fan contributions because look at those videos I just showed you. He's not making anything on them.
We could maybe, all right? We'll see what happens. All right, but now it's time for Feasting with the King. What's up, Buckwell? Good to see you. Just joining us. Thank you, Harunda, for the support. I appreciate it. Let me just run. I got to use the bathroom, brush my hair, which is out of control, and then we'll have some food together. Okay? And then we'll play more Mega Man after, and I'll owe you a shot. We're halfway to another shot. There's another shot at 400. If we hit 400 while I'm eating, then it'll be 2 shots after I eat. Okay? Okay, let's go ahead and let's eat. I'll be right back.
Yeah, apparently Phil becoming inebriated is a reward for his fans. Don't ask me why. Remember, he's a recovering alcoholic.
Alright, so I'm almost positive I've done this before. This is Hawaiian barbecue, but it's their seafood feast platter where you get shrimp, white fish, and a protein of your choice in this, like, combo. And I chose the barbecue chicken because I think their barbecue chicken is great. Plus, you know, I'm already going to have some shellfish, which, you know, I'm not supposed to have. So I figured get the meat that I'm supposed to have. That way I'm, you know. So this will be good. Yummy food. And they also have really great macaroni salad there. So that's what we're going to eat together today. I'm very hungry, by the way, so this will be great.
Yeah, so whenever Phil uses the pronoun we, it makes me think of two things. Either A, a children's show, or B, a religious gathering. And DSP, if you think about it, is kind of both because he treats his audience like children, and the whole point of the service is to get money for his organization. Phil really missed out that his calling was being a televangelist, seriously.
There we go. Look at that. So we've got fried shrimp, barbecue chicken, and under that there's whitefish. So what I want to do is move some of the stuff over so I can actually get to the whitefish. Look at these big breaded shrimp. They look good, right? Mmm. Yummy. 3 big shrimps. And then here's the whitefish that was under there. I'll probably just move the whitefish over too. A breaded white fish. And then, the shrimp smells great. Wow, it smells really good. Yes, this is L&L Hawaiian Barbecue, near me. Here's the chicken. Look how much they give you. Look at this. Look how much chicken. This is crazy. How am I supposed to eat all this? I need a knife. I don't have a knife. I need to go get a knife to cut this. This is an insane amount of food. There's no way I'm eating all of this. Look at it. That's a one combo for one person. That's insane. Okay, give me a sec. I totally need a knife. I gotta cut all this meat. Give me a sec to go get it. Okay. Alright. Time to eat. Give me some chicken, man. This is, I don't know how they do this chicken. So it's definitely dark meat with some skin on. But I don't know how they do this chicken and they make it this barbecue way. But it's so tasty and flavorful. It's juicy. That is incredibly good. So flavorful, that chicken. You have the chicken skin on it that absorbed all the flavor of the barbecue they probably marinated it in. But I don't know, like, what kind of barbecue they use. It's different than American barbecue. It's very savory and tasty. I love it.
You can tell that the camera is attached to the desk that he's using to eat, and it's like he needs like a gimbal or something or whatever it is that makes the motion stop.
That is fabulous. If you can get Hawaiian barbecue and you never tried it, you should. It is very good food. Very high quality stuff. We want to try Simon. Simon apparently is Hawaiian soup. But we didn't want to order soup for delivery. We said, maybe we'll get that like in person at some point. Try the Hawaiian Simon soup. Yummy.
You know, the ironic part about this is actually talking more than when he's gaming.
Okay, that's delicious. I could eat that whole thing. But let's have a little of everything. How about a shrimp? With some tartar sauce. Vinegar taste. Here we go. A nice breaded fried shrimp. Butterflied open. Dip it in that tartar sauce. Oh, yeah.
And honestly, this is exactly the same as DSP Tries It. Like, before he brought back DSP Tries It, he just had Feasting with the King.
So crispy.
It's literally the same thing, just a different branding. Just a different level of cringe. And it's arguably a lot more palatable because DSP just acts better when he's not doing a review, or thinks he isn't.
Like I said, we've already eaten this, if I recall.
Yeah, Phil's doing a real double dipping right now, right here.
During a marathon, we already ordered from this place. I think I even ordered this specific combo. Of course, I didn't have this set up back then to show you it in HD and everything.
Yeah, Phil, but the benefits of seeing the food are not better because we see your face all the time in HD. I'd rather have it back the old way.
But I figured I'm not even recording this. This is just for us to hang out and have a meal while we're streaming. And then we'll get back to Mega Man. Hilarious part is my detractors are so brain dead stupid. They're actually saying in chat, this is our reward. This is not a reward. This is not DSP Tries It. This marathon was not based on raising any funds. I'm just doing it for fun. You're a dented idiot. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, one, these things are so interchangeable that it's easy to get confused. But two, I think they know that, Phil. I think they are just trying to troll you and get under your skin and try to get reaction. And you're giving them a reaction.
Okay, yummy. Let's continue. It's just kick being kick, yeah, I guess so. Alright, let's have some whitefish. I actually don't know what fish this is. They bread and fry it, but I don't know. They don't tell you what it is. They just say whitefish. So I don't know if they alternate fish or they just don't want you to know. I don't know why they wouldn't tell you. Because it's pretty good. Flaky, breaded, fried fish. There you go.
Yeah, you see the kick audience is bored that you aren't playing the game or begging for money and you're just eating. So they're like, we gotta find ways to entertain ourselves in the chat.
Yummy.
That's what they're trying to do, Phil.
Tilapia, do you think? I like tilapia. So if it is tilapia, it makes sense. Because I used to eat tilapia. And I very much enjoyed it. Now, tilapia is not high-end fish, but you're not expecting to get high-end fish in a combo at a Hawaiian barbecue joint like this, you know.
Which is funny because he expects high-end stuff from McDonald's and Burger King of all things. But I'm glad he's given this place, whether it's a chain or not, a break, because Phil can be brutal with his 220 takedowns of fast food. Like, seriously, he expects gourmet all the time.
I feel like they give me more. I feel like they give me more than usual. It seems like there's a lot of food here. There's no way I'm eating it all. Oh, yeah. Raw says in Scotland, haddock is top tier fish or cod. This is definitely not haddock or cod, I can tell you that. It's definitely not top tier fish, no way. And again, you're not gonna get that in a combo like this. You know? At all.
Well, most places, if you go to a fish restaurant and order it, there are some things that the price fluctuates just based on how much it costs to bring in.
You will get that if you go to like a high-end seafood restaurant and you pay top dollar. That's not what this is. Here's their macaroni salad, which I like. It's certainly not good for you. Look how much mayo is in that. That's a lot of mayo. But it tastes great. Got some carrots in there.
That is like barely an appetizer-sized portion of macaroni salad. That's not even a side for much, really.
Very rich and very savory.
Doesn't look like it.
It's very different from other macaroni salad, actually. Other macaroni salad usually has like a vinegar taste to it. This has nothing like that. It's just pure savory flavor. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very hit and miss on restaurant mac and cheese. Like, I like the packet stuff, but if you actually have real cheese that you're just like cooking at home, it's like, yeah.
Why are there 5 remotes? Do you really want to know? One controls my key light above my TV. One is for my TV. One is for my fan. One is for my air conditioner. And one is for the fan sitting in front of the air conditioner. They're all needed.
On this edition of DSP has too many things in his office, he's telling you that at least he puts all the remotes in a spot where they won't go on the floor because they are velcroed down.
I'm gonna eat this whole piece of chicken. It's so good, I'm not gonna stop.
I can't fathom having 5 remotes at my desk. Like, I get annoyed with the smart TVs because you can't even, for most of them, turn them on or utilize them if you don't have the specific remote for it.
Why do I use paper plates? Because I'm not gonna bring big dishes into here and have them falling and clanking around. If I do this, I can easily just go downstairs, throw everything out, we're done. Otherwise, I'd have big plates, ceramic plates in here that I didn't have to wash later and everything, and I don't want to do that. I just want to work and get back to work. Not have to worry about all that.
Yeah, the meme is that DSP still hasn't fixed his dishwasher to this day, and he only eats on paper plates because we only see him eating on paper plates. What he doesn't get, like the ceramic plates, he could actually make ASMR videos out of this, I'm serious. They do better more than the DSP Reacts reviews.
When we eat downstairs for dinner when my wife cooks, we have regular plates, porcelain plates, regular silverware, and all of that. Why anyone would obsess over that, I have no idea. But then again, people are incredibly stupid.
Because they find it funny that you use paper plates all the time on DSP Tries It, despite you being in your actual house.
What am I having to drink? Just water. Just my filtered water that I already had in here.
In this case, the thermos is definitely filled with water because he's taking shots
Normally I would have
already.
tart cherry juice for my blood condition, but Again,
Are you gonna be like Boogie Phil and talk about your medicals all the time?
that's something I definitely don't want to bring into my studio setup. If I spill that, it literally stains permanently. It's dark cherry juice. Anything that gets touched would be stained permanently. My chair, the floor. Imagine if I spilled it like at like the beer last night. My whole office would be like dark red. So I don't ever bring cherry juice in here. I'm never going to.
So of course I had to look this up and I'm like, is this a serious thing? No, it's his gout. He just won't say the word. He's just gonna refer to it as a blood condition to make it sound a lot more serious than it is.
As I would like anyway because of my blood acid issues. I have a blood condition where I get too much acid in my blood and then it causes severe pain in my joints because acid crystals form in my joints. It sucks. I didn't know I had it. It runs in my family. I didn't even know I had it until 2015 when I had my first outbreak, and it was insanely, excruciatingly painful. And so now I've done everything I can to try to get rid of that. Can't really get rid of it. You just have to be careful with your diet and stuff, which I have been. I almost never eat red meat these days.
Perfect. Yeah, Philip, your gout is nothing to be ashamed of. I don't get why you let your detractors control your vocabulary like that, because the trolls are going to be laughing their butts off when they hear about this. He always has to make a mountain out of a molehill. Seriously. Like, when you hear blood condition, you make it think it's really serious, but no, it's just gout. He just needs to watch his diet.
So good. Have another shrimp. Another tasty shrimp.
It's like Boogie, 95% of his issues would go away if he lost a ton of weight, but the reality is... But the thing is, the way his brain works just on the way his life has gone
Delicious.
is never going to be, okay, I'm going to lose the weight, because part of all the eating is a coping mechanism. I'm sure it is. Everyone has their vices. Boogie and Wings, Review Tech USA, it's food. Phil, it's gin and WWE champions.
Yummy. Most Tasteless says this isn't right. We have a king and the king is eating with paper plates and plastic utensils. You realize I'm eating in a studio room here. Surrounded by, probably if you added up all the equipment in this room, it would be around $10,000 of equipment around me. Between the multiple HD cameras, the TV, the console, 2 computers, monitors, laptop, all of this. I'm surrounded by expensive... And you're focusing in on the fact that I'm using a paper plate and plastic cutlery. Like, this is a concern. It's a big deal. Come on.
He knows this is a big detractor meme, so that's why he's so sensitive about it. He has to basically say, look, I'm successful. I'm not a joke. I take care of my house. I pay my bills. I'm not spending all my money on WWE champions and gin. Yes, Phil, you bought a ton of stuff and fancy equipment with your money, but it doesn't make your streams any better, and it arguably makes it worse, and you're still wailing out on champions.
I'm sorry. Okay, I gave Jeeves the day off. Normally, Jeeves would come in, and he would put a bib on me, and he would actually cut the food for me and feed it to me. My live-in butler, but I gave him the day off. He's out in Seattle right now, having fun. All right? What is going on? What is wrong with you? You're absolutely ridiculous. You're out of control. Most Tasteless, you're absolutely out of control. You understand?
Yeah, he gave Kat the day off, so she doesn't have to cook, while DSP just has a succulent Hawaiian barbecue-style dinner.
Carrot slice.
Yep, this is how DSP rewards himself for another week of successful e-begging by feasting in front of their faces and making annoying comments.
Do we have golden knives and forks for special occasions? No. The golden knives and forks are the regular ones. For special occasions, we take cutlery that's actually crafted out of diamond, okay? Like, they actually, hand chiseled diamonds to form knives, forks, and spoons. And then we eat with them for, Christmas. We do this on Christmas, birthdays, New Year's. And then when we're done with them, we throw them away. We just throw them right away because we don't need them, you see?
Yeah, but diamonds are a ripoff anyway. Just get cubic zirconia. I'm surprised that he's so cheesy that I haven't seen him use gold-colored plastic plates yet, or gold-colored knives and forks. Because that is what really tacky people would do, and Phil is really tacky.
Of course. As it should be. Oh, I dropped a noodle. I dropped a macaroni salad noodle on my leg. A macaroni down. Unacceptable. Macaroni down. Not easy to eat it like this. Easier at a table in my dining room, but... You know, this is supposed to be a marathon stream. I didn't want to be gone for half an hour.
Yeah, you think Phil would be a little better at multitasking, but he's not. It's just a skill. You pick it up. It's just how much you want to balance when you want to talk to your chat versus when you want to eat. Some streamers are good with it, some streamers are not. And I'm not making a case of whether Phil is good or bad at it right here.
I already ate a whole piece. Look at this. This is like twice the size of the piece I ate. There's no way I can finish this meal. You see why I wanted to take the shot after? If I took the shot before, it would have had zero effect. So we'll eat all this. And by the way, guys, if you give me the 400 bucks of support, I'll take 2 shots back to back because I owe you one, and at 400, I owe you another. We're less than 50 away. Let's hit it, right? Let's go. Let's hit that next level, and we'll do 2 shots back to back.
Yep, I feel like these marathon streams are just cover up for Phil's drinking problem. Because seriously, he's just begging to take shots. Are you kidding me? It can't all be about the money. He just wants people to think he's getting inebriated or something. And it's like, wouldn't that make the gameplay a lot worse? And you're not funny enough to make up for it.
That's correct. It is difficult. You have to respect what I'm doing here because it's hard to solicit further additional income when I'm eating. It's very hard. My mouth is full. Yet I somehow still need to have the beg come out of my lips. It's very difficult. But I still pulled it off. Okay, so...
Yeah, DSP is now trying to gaslight his fans into thinking that begging is hard. It's only really hard when the content you put out is not justifiable for what you're asking. Maybe that's the mismatch that you aren't seeing. Yeah, he wants all the trolls and detractors to respect the fact that he begs. No way. Get out of town. I still don't care how effective you are at begging, Phil. It's still not a respectable profession.
We've now hit 401. And that does mean there will be 2 shots. Alright, we're doing good, but I'm almost done with this food now. I'm getting full. Let's have my 3rd shrimp. This one I won't even have the tartar sauce. I'll just eat it on its own merits, okay? And we'll jump back into Mega Man 7, hopefully inebriated.
Yeah, apparently now Phil thinks being drunk is good content, or at least portraying it as such. What a relapse. We are witnessing a relapse right in front of our eyes.
So someone has been spamming in the Kick Chat this entire time I've been eating. Okay, you ready for this? This will be a good one. They said, well, Phil, since you have so much expensive stuff, does that mean that people can stop contributing? I mean, obviously, you're wealthy, right? You don't need anything else. But you see, here's the funny part about this, okay? You may not realize this. This is a cool thing you'll learn later on when you grow up. Because obviously, you know, you're kind of young. In life, you owe bills. You know, like electricity, your mortgage, your insurance, things like that. Now, when you go to pay your bills, okay, they ask for a financial, you know, payment, like something of money. They don't have an option, say, oh, would you like to pay for your mortgage this month with your Shure M7 Plus microphone? Hey, DSP, would you like to pay for your health insurance with your Devoom Pixu Max frame? They don't say that. What they say is, give us money. Hence, the content that I create here with said equipment, I give to you, and then you reciprocate with money so that I can pay my bills, and I can keep everything that I have. You see how it works? You may not understand that, though. Maybe one day, you'll go to the store, and you'll be like, hey, can I have a car? And they'll be like, sure, it costs, you know, $20,000, $30,000. And you'll say, well, I have a Butterfinger. Will you take this? Do you think that they're going to accept your Butterfinger? Like, for that car?
Thanks, Phil, for walking into that obvious troll bait. Seriously. Great bartering explanation, Phil. Good job telling us why we no longer use bartering to get chickens and things like that. Wow. You are so intelligent, my man. You know what, Phil? You're just so brilliant that I'm gonna shower you with money, and I think everybody else should shower you with money all the time. Absolutely. You should be making $1,000 on every stream you do, especially if it's the ones where you're just sitting in your chair staring angrily at the game. Now here's what that commenter is getting at. You have portrayed yourself for years as being a pauper who is living day to day on tips. Now with the Kino arc, you are now propping yourself up as a successful live streamer. The reality is you are not. You are a successful panhandler. You are an e-beggar. You sit online and beg for people to give you money. That is your business. An entertainer provides something that people want to see, and they will pay to see more of it. You are a beggar. A beggar pleads for contributions and doesn't improve the quality of the entertainment that they are providing. So what the commenter is alluding to, when is it enough to just keep you stable, to keep you financially where you're subsisting? Because you are begging. Begging shouldn't be people that live lavish lifestyles, Phil. Isn't that obvious? You are living a lavish lifestyle to some extent, even if it's just wailing out on a mobile game. It's superfluous, gratuitous spending that people really have an issue with when you made your finances their problem by begging and demanding that they contribute money to you. That's the real thing that rubs people the wrong way, Phil. That's why you get so much flack all the time, and that's why you have a legion of detractors and trolls following your every movement. There are people that follow you so closely that they have spreadsheets of every contribution you've ever gotten on stream. That's what happens when you act like an inconsiderate jerk and constantly beg for money all the time. Because the reality is, I figured it out. Anybody with half a brain can figure it out. That you're never going to stop begging for contributions, because without the begging, you won't get any contributions, or at least not enough to subsist. And you want to have a lavish, luxurious lifestyle, and you can't do that without the begging because you're not entertaining enough. You refuse to edit your videos to get watch time on YouTube and get ad revenue. You expect your fans to pay your way throughout it all. You're completely entitled, and it's very transparent, Phil.
I feel like sometimes I'm like the dad to the stupid of the internet. Like the dumbest people on the planet come to my streams and sit here and say the dumbest, particularly in Kick Chat, usually seems to be the focal point of this. And I just have to like respond to the stupidest things that anyone have ever said or heard, right?
You can ignore it, can do absolutely nothing, and maybe they'll make the trolls lose interest.
The most common sense questions that could obviously be asked that anyone who has like more than maybe 3-4 brain cells that still work could answer, but they come to me. They come to me.
Phil fundamentally doesn't understand what people have issues with the way he begs constantly. He doesn't see anything ethically, morally, or socially wrong about it. He thinks he's entitled to his fans' money just because he plays video games live. That's not how it works, Phil, not at all. But the thing is, his whales reward him for begging all the time, that it just reinforces his attitude and makes him dig in deeper to the trench that he's dug for himself. So he thinks whatever he does on stream is fine.
See if my wife wants to save some of this chicken, although I think she also had chicken. So if she also got chicken, I doubt she's gonna want more chicken. We'll see. Maybe we'll save it as leftovers. So give me a minute. I'm just gonna run downstairs. I'll wash my hands, and then we'll come back.
And we're gonna have some roam shots. Yeah. All right.
It's Kat. Cue the people saying that she's gonna have all the chicken that Phil didn't eat.
The only bummer is, I'll tell you a little mini story. I had a defective bottle. Tank 316, I don't know what you're complaining about. It's 4 o'clock. This marathon is going on for another 5 hours. We're going to be playing Mega Man 7 and 8. I don't know why you're whining in the chat, saying you're mad that there's not enough gameplay.
If that's an actual fan of Phil's, wait until he finds out that Phil doesn't want to do gameplay anymore.
What happened to the rice? Oh, I gave the rice to the monkeys. So you guys don't know this, I don't want anyone to know, but I have a house full of wild monkeys, Capuchins, spider monkeys, and they just swing around. We have this big elaborate like jungle set in the living room, and they just swing down and all around and do all these acrobatics. So I gave them the white rice, and they were they're shoving their faces with rice. It was great.
I don't know, Philip. Just keep acting like that, and then everybody will think you have a zoo in your house.
So far today, 4 shots. 2 of them already were pretty much out of my system. So 2 right there. Now, as I've already explained, okay, I will take a shot every $100. Right now, we're a little bit over 400, correct? When we hit 450, we've hit 3 goals, which means we'll be at 35 goals, and halfway to DSP Tries It, the Calorie Mate snacks, energy snacks, that are actually from Metal Gear Solid 3. In fact, they should arrive today, and when they arrive, I might bring them in to show you guys. Like, I'll break up for a little break. Maybe after I beat Mega Man 7, if you guys remind me, I'll go check for them, because they should arrive today, this afternoon. We can take a look at them together and see what they are. That'd be cool. And then, let's keep it going. Let's get to 450 so we can unlock the 35th goal. But then let's get to 500 and get another shot. All right, let's go. Let's get it going, my friends, all right? Let's do it. Okay, I gotta refill my water here.
Yeah, when he said they're pretty much out of the system, he's implying, hey, the rewards are supposed to be you trying to get me hammered as much as possible on stream. What kind of thing is this? It's all about giving Phil money. It's like, where is the chill, positive, meaningful content that you always harp about? And it's not really the games, because the games are just filler. So what do you have to offer, Phil? Besides being a beggar? Nothing, really. And the funny thing, the last 4 or 5 hours of his stream after he ate, the whales basically tapped out. They wanted to see him eat food, and then they left or something, or stopped contributing, because he only got an extra 160 for the second half of the stream, which is a colossal disappointment for Phil.
Well, that's why I just took the 2 shots back to back, and I wanted to do it after I ate. I didn't want to do it before I ate, because then the alcohol wouldn't have worked. So hopefully now it'll hit me, and hopefully you guys will support, and the more you support, the more shots I take. You see?
That is so messed up.
Now would be the time. Now that the food's in me, and you know, now would be the time. Get that support train rolling. Get some more shots. Because now it'll actually start affecting me. Okay?
Like, whether you're sober or drunk,
Okay.
Phil, it doesn't change the entertainment factor by
Okay,
that
done.
much. Arguably, it makes it worse because your gameplay gets even sloppier.
If you donate $100, will I take the shot right now? Yes. If you do a $100 contribution of any kind right now, I'll take a shot immediately. Absolutely. If we didn't have goals, will I do DSP tries it twice today? No, I didn't even do DSP tries it once today. That's not what that was. That was just me having a meal with you guys.
Phil, you could hardly tell the difference. You should just eat, don't do the camera zoom in on the food, and just chat with your audience about other things besides the food. Because otherwise, they're gonna get confused.
So that I'm not starving during the marathon. That was not DSP tries it. I didn't record it or anything. Okay? What about 2 shots? Yes, if you do a $200 contribution, I'll take 2 more shots. Yes. But you gotta do it right now because I'm about to start. If someone else contributes right now, I'll take shots. $100 for 1, 200 for 2. If not, we'll jump right into Mega Man. Let me grab my controller. Alright, so we are now at 406. 406 and climbing with about 5 hours left on today's marathon. So we're basically roughly halfway through the marathon, not even really. Like with the second half of the marathon is the bigger chunk now. So, okay. Alright, so when we hit 450, another goal hit. Closer to DSP tries it. When we hit 500, another shot. Every 100 is a shot. Alright, let's go.
And for whatever reason, probably because Phil was too inebriated or whatever, the goals did not climb to where he wanted them to be because, you know, gameplay segments are not entertaining. Honestly, the food part was probably the best part of the live stream. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. Alright, so now we go to the final few minutes of the stream where DSP copes about only getting $150 in 5 hours.
I'm just going to say good night now. This is the absolute last chance if you want to support and get us to 600, which was my goal. If we don't get it, we don't get it. It's all good.
Last chance to give me money, even though I'm here 6 days a week. Seriously, Phil, this is ridiculous. He's holding out for the $40 more that he's never going to get.
The way I see it is this, okay? First of all, the last marathon went incredibly well. It actually went better than I had expected, okay? This week, I already got an insane amount of support, which I appreciate, and
Yeah, he's sulking because OnlyIcedCoffee didn't show up clutch like he did Wednesday night with the Begathon. He wanted OnlyIcedCoffee to double dip, but apparently OnlyIcedCoffee was tapped out or something. You may beg and receive, Phil, but that doesn't automatically mean you're gonna beg and be able to receive double dippings.
you gotta look at the bright side of stuff, even though I only had 5 shots today.
What? Are you kidding me? It's bad that you had 5 drinks? You wanted like double the amount? Like, we're throwing money off the table here. Like, man, you got a problem. Like, you're saying the shots, you're not saying the money. As I kind of think at this thing specifically, you don't care about the money, you just want to get hammered.
Which isn't a heck of a lot. You know, you're thinking, oh, we're gonna do way better than that for a marathon.
But you didn't get that. You got DSP tries it because OnlyIcedCoffee came in for you. He wasn't gonna do it twice. He has his limits, it feels like.
Still way better than if I'd done a normal day. When you think about it, right?
You could actually make a case that it wouldn't have because the Thursday night fighting stream that you moved got less than $30. So if you had it on Friday's stream, you would have hit 1 goal because you usually always do. So that's $150 there. And now from those 2 other streams, that Thursday night stream and the Friday morning stream, could you have gotten $410 between those 2? Possibly. And you would have done so in less time than doing a full marathon. Just think about it that way.
Making over $500 in one day, yeah, that's a great day. Okay, so
And that reaction tells you he's just coping now because he's massively disappointed. Once he was able to fool OnlyIcedCoffee into getting him to do DSP tries it, he's like, yes, now I can get over $1,000 on this marathon and get over $3,000 this week. He ended up with $2,700. So, you know, he's sulking because marathon weeks are supposed to be these big, hugely supported weeks for him that round it out and tip it a little in his favor. But like in 2022, for example, his low month was 8,000. He usually averaged like 10 to 12. So 2,700 is right in that ballpark. And that's supposed to be a good week for Phil. He got $800 in one random night stream, but the marathon did not do as well as that.
Pardon me, I'm really exhausted, obviously. What a day we had today with a lot of Mega Man stuff, right? So, I'm off tomorrow, well deserved. I got to recuperate from today. And I hope that you all have a fun and safe day away from my streams.
Yeah, it's like he's their boss. That's how he considers it. Like he paints it that his streams are something that they should be there for every single time and watch completely. And there actually are reasons why he should take a day off after a marathon. He should arguably take a day off before the marathon too. It's because usually you're going to get a ton of support on the marathon. So that means your whales are going to be tapped out or your regular viewers are not going to be able to contribute as much because they like, oh, I want to celebrate the marathon, so I'll give Phil more money now. So yeah, you should probably have longer breaks around that, but Phil is using it like, oh, I gotta rest.
When I return on Sunday, we will have a level 1 podcast, and it will be more of Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater on the first stream, and then the late stream is American Truck Sim. Okay, so that's going to be a great day of gaming fun. I hope that you will join me for that all day long on Sunday.
And I think Phil really goes into these long-winded, hey, you need to continue watching me spiels because he's afraid that if somebody even takes a day off, that they'll never come back. That they might cheat on him and find another streamer and decide, hey, I'm going to give her all my money instead.
Okay, as for Mega Man, let's give him a rest. We've done a lot of Mega Man now this year, January and then twice in August. Perhaps the next time we'll see Mega Man would be around January. Maybe we should actually, like, January, February, do the Mega Man Marathon again.
Yeah, because maybe 2 Mega Man marathons in 1 month was a little too much, or maybe OnlyIcedCoffee giving so much in one sitting Wednesday night was too much for him, and he decided I'm not going to support the marathon because Phil's good. But Phil has to constantly convince people that he's not good, so he gets their pity bucks and gets their contributions to own the trolls or whatever. But the problem that Phil's having now is that since he had such robust support during the Kino arc, which was all fabricated, he has to present himself now because of his ego that he is a successful live streamer instead of a pathetic panhandler.
I don't want anyone to think, oh, it was a disappointing stream because Phil, you know, he even makes 700 or 600, 700 bucks today.
No, that's absolutely what he wants you to think. What he wants you to do is to go look at yourself in the mirror after the stream and scold yourself for not giving him enough money. Really, that's how he thinks.
I can't believe it. It's fine. It's good. Like I said, it's better than a standard day. Quite frankly, I knew that this was probably going to happen.
Because my whales gave me $800 Wednesday to do DSP tries it because I moaned and complained about it so much that I was thinking that there was a good chance that they were probably tapped out for this marathon.
Because we just did Mega Man. You know what I mean? Like, again, what works with me? Variety. When I'm not doing the same kind of thing all the time. This was a rare case when I wanted to do 2 marathons in 1 month because I wanted to get the marathon scheduled for the end of the month. So now when we do each one, they'll basically line up at the end of the month for all the holidays, Halloween and Christmas. So now it's going to work like that, okay?
Sure, Phil, whatever helps you sleep at night. You want to do a second marathon because you wanted to make double bank. That's just how it is. Honestly, you should do more marathon streams, but only make it like 6 to 8 hours and just combine the streams. You'd be making more money than just streaming 12 times a week, but what do I know? So Phil was really disappointed in this marathon, even though it was a reward. So his fans were like, hey, we already paid for this with the first marathon, so we're not going to pay for it again. That's the issue you when you rely on begging for contributions. Like I said, that Wednesday stream definitely affected this stream. If he didn't make as much on that stream, he would have made more here. So it's a pick your poison kind of thing. His whales don't have infinite sums of money to give him, and he's kind of facing that reality. All right, everybody, thank you all for sticking it out to the end. I really appreciate it. You are the real superstars for enduring DSP's massive mega dent marathon, number 3 of the year. Be sure to let me know in the comments about what you thought, and be sure to like and subscribe, and I will bring you more succulent 220 meals in the form of these videos, of course, because I don't make digital meatloaf.
I think you're seeing a small change.